Hey guys, it's Jira Bro back with another video, and today what I'm going to be talking is about the administering your organization. So when you created your account, Atlassian was asking you to actually create an organization. You know, that site that you actually put in. It's like Jira Bro Atlassian.net, right? So that should be the name of your organization, right? But now, what actually is an organization? Organization can consist of multiple sites, all right? So now the question is, well, what is a site? Right here, what you actually see, this is the site. So picture this. You have the Jira Bro organization. And that Jira Bro organization has its HR department, it has its business department. So it would be like Jira Bro HR at Atlassian.net. That is going to be a site. Then you have Jira Bro business, that's Atlassian.net. That would be also a site. So now the question is, okay, how do you access this? So there are two ways. You can actually access this by clicking on this switch to option and then selecting the administration, or you can type in admin.atlassian.com and then it leads you to the administration page, right? So in here I have like actually free. So this, right, that you actually saw previously, what actually this was a site. Right now, as you can see, I can switch between these. So basically in here, this is where your administration starts. Okay, so the first and foremost, you actually have this showing of the products, and then you have the what products are in there and what plans you can actually see in here. What you can do with this? Well, so you can go around and you can go like manage product, you can manage your users, you can open it, and you can manage, of course, your settings and manage your apps, right? So you have those things. So if I click on manage the product right here, so I'm going to see like the licensed users that are in here, and also I'm going to see the groups that there are in. So if I click on licensed users, I'm going to see, well, basically the I'm going to basically see the licensed users who are actually in there, and that is one of the things that you can actually see. So I'm going to go back to the overview once more, and you can also, of course, manage the users. So they're actually part of your directory. So that directory actually shows you users, groups, and managed accounts. So of course, for the users, you can of course invite the users. You can also export the users, and basically this is mostly in the CSV format. You can also go to groups, and you can actually create your own groups. By default, Jira creates some of the default groups. For example, this Confluence Admins Jira Bro, that is a default group. Then you have Confluence Guest Jira Bro group as well, because you can actually invite guests to your Confluence page, and they can actually, and it is recommended for them to only see the page, nothing else. So that is where you actually insert your guests. There also you have Jira Admins, where you have the administration features for for all Jira products on Jira Bro. So that is another interesting thing. So why in here you don't see Jira Service Management, Admins, Jira Bro? Because Jira Service Management is the part of the Jira product family, because you have like Jira Software, you have Jira Service Management, you have Jira Work Management, you have Jira Product Discovery, and etc. So, and that's why you actually see a lot of these groups. Especially this group is really interesting because in here for the org admins, you have option to go for users, groups, and to view billing. So that is when you click on that cog button, and it gives you the drop down menu where you can actually see the user management and billing settings. With that, you actually know that someone is the org admin. So this is where you can actually add groups. The another interesting thing in here is you can some groups, then you can actually assign those groups to have some certain permissions that could be done within those groups. So it can be like when you're adding a user, basically to when you invite them, and when you basically invite them, they get access to Jira, and when they get access to Jira, then you need to add them to the project based on the role that they have. Of course, that role is useless if you don't actually connect that role with some specific permissions. And of course, permissions within the Jira itself, they have like the permission schemes that are tied to those permissions that you need to connect in order for that permission to actually work. But that is not our topic today. Managed accounts. All right. Within the Jira, you have this option of managed accounts where you can apply authentication policies, reset passwords, log everyone out. That would be something really evil to do. I don't recommend doing that. So you can add some specific domains in here, and when you add users to that domain, and when you claim and when you add to that domain, what actually first happens and what you need to do is to verify your domain. And there is a whole process in there when you need to verify your domain, where you need to enter the DNS records, and that domain gets verified. Now, what really important in here is to understand that needs to be these managed accounts work basically on the external Active Directory. I'll show you that in later. In fact, I can show you that right now. After I go through everything. So as you can see in here, I have sites and products, right? So now I have a Jira Bro site. But what I can do in here, I can add a new product in here that is going to be the part, and this was my mistake in here. This is going to be the part of the Jira Bro organization. So I can go around, I can click on add product, and I can go like Jira Software, and I'm going to name this Jira Bro HR. Okay, I'm going to agree and add it. And this is where you actually, this is where you're going to start your standard trial of 7 days. So what actually this means? This actually means if you want to add another product to your Jira, you're actually gonna get billed for that. So yeah, the free plan gets exceeded really fast, and you want to really know what kind of plan do you want to have for your business. And of course, this can actually change when your business starts to scale and when you get more and more users. All right, so now I have like set up Jira software, right? So I have in here like Jira Bro HR, right? So let's go back to our admin portal. Let me go to my Jira Bro. Let me now go to the products, and now you're gonna see that this is now part. The Jira Bro HR is the part of the Jira Bro organization. So this right here is your organization. And now you can actually access this site. But of course, it's not free. So then you have like user access settings. In here, you can actually add domains, right? And when you add these domains, what is going to actually happen is mostly when a user is registering, let's say, with that specific domain, they still don't have the account, but the domain it's like on their company, right? And when they access the Jira, and let's say it's through the user invite, they will automatically get the access in here because that domain is verified. Then if I go for the user invites, this is something that is going to be interesting. All right, so product invitation permission. So, okay, so control how existing users can invite and request access for other people. So what actually this means? But of course, not anyone can actually invite, and they shouldn't be inviting other people to Jira just like that, because that is not really security wise. You don't want to invite anyone that you don't know to your instance, right? Of course. So you have few options in here. So you have like to invite anyone, not recommended, and it requires org admin approval. Invite approved domains. So this is no org admin approval. So this means like if you have someone with the approved domain that actually have joined the Jira, they're automatically get access to Jira. Then you have like admin approval. So like it says, you cannot invite anyone and don't allow invites, right? So those are actually those are the things that you want to have in there. So that is how you can actually control who users can invite and who they cannot invite. Invitation links, personally, I didn't use this much, so you can skip this. Product URLs. For the product URLs, you need to know the specific ones. Okay, so first things first. When you have something that like example.atlassian.net and then you have like slash, and when you have it slash Jira, that is going to lead to Jira software. When it's slash service desk, it's towards your service management project. And when you have it like for slash wiki, that is going to be for your Confluence. And that's it. Then you have something really interesting in here where you can actually see the roadmap and the releases that you actually get from Jira. So this is actually pretty cool because you can test out the new features, or you can make a documentation on these features, then show it to the users and saying, hey, this is how you can actually use this feature to leverage your, I don't know what they're supposed to do, like reports or stuff like that, because, you know, the whole point is to, you know, make the user experience better. And that is That is totally okay. Release tracks, not really use this, so you can actually skip this one. Alright, so you have sandboxes as well. This is actually really interesting if you don't want to mess up your production environment. Okay, this is something that is interesting. Why? Because when you create the sandbox, you can actually copy the production data in your sandbox and you can mess around with it without doing any damage to your production environment. This is actually pretty cool if you want to test out how something, how something is going to impact that you are testing out, right? Then you have like the option for the security, and this is, as you can see, there is going to be an Atlassian Access subscription, right? So Atlassian Access is like that, kind of adding the layer of security for your organization, and you can have like some other stuff like seeing how much of active users and inactive users you have on your instance, and for that is the monitoring section and the insights, right? So you have the authentication policies. Before you can use the authentication policies, you need to verify a domain. So when you want to verify your domain, so you can actually verify your company domain, all right, so you verify it usually using the DNS record, and that is how you do it. And when you actually verify the domain, when that domain gets verified, you can actually add some authentication policies. And interesting thing is, you can, of course, security settings for subsets of managed accounts. So you see now managed accounts are appearing. What actually this means? This means when your domain gets verified, they're actually the accounts that are getting verified and getting claimed by that specific domain are gonna be showing within the managed accounts, within the directory section. Now you have the external users, and this is where you need the Atlassian Access subscription in order to see and actually look around how you can modify the external users. Then you have the identity providers, right? So the identity provider is like it's something that actually, if in plain words, something that gives you like the digital identity. What actually this means in here is the identity provider can be actually either with Okta, either with Microsoft Azure AD. So all of these things require Atlassian Access subscription. And think of it like as external Active Directory of users that you actually have through, let's say, Okta, because Okta is being used a lot. And so the verification actually starts from there. Then from the Okta, it goes through the Atlassian Access, and through the Atlassian Access, it actually goes through the Atlassian, and then the users are actually accessing your Jira. Why is this being used, you may ask? One word: security, and that's really what you need to know. And that is the thing. Then you can actually tweak some of the settings in here. For example, single sign-on. What this means is basically not every time they need to enter the passwords and usernames, they just hit on login and they're in. Okay, so then you have data security policies. Not that I personally, I never use this, nor this, nor this to encrypt my data. IP allow lists, not really. Most of the time I was in here. Oh, I can actually see in here. So this is for the insights, right? And for the insights in here, you can see active users for all of the products, and you can see like last 1 month, last 6 months, and etc. So I can actually see it in here, and it says I don't have any managed accounts. You need to verify a domain and claim the accounts for that domain. So I don't have anything in here. Another interesting thing, and this is something that you will be using a lot, especially when you are using the option, when you're using the option to actually through the go and see everything that you wanted to see. What do I mean by this? Like who made changes, what changes, so you can actually see everything, which user did what. So if they edited something, created something, added someone to the group, doesn't really matter, you can do this. Of course, you need Atlassian access for this. And of course, then you have like billing section. And for the billing section, this is actually see what plans do you have, what estimated price is in here. So, you can see a lot of things that are actually happening here. And I'm not using X-ray, so I don't really want to be having the X-ray, so I would just want to cancel the subscription. Let's say I found a better alternative. Whatever. Sorry, X-ray, had to do it. So I canceled my subscription in there. So every time, when you need to see something about the billing, you go here. Then you go for the settings, and you have like settings for API keys, where you can actually create your own API, and then you can interact with the API. If you didn't see my previous videos that are based on the Postman, make sure to check them out. So you also have for application tunnels, not really being used, emails, no. Atlassian Intelligence. Yeah, so this is where you want to enable Atlassian Intelligence, and Atlassian Intelligence could be really, really useful tool. I know that it's still being in the development phase, such as the Confluence whiteboards, but then again, those are not like small features or something that you can push it to the production just like that and expect everything to work. That's not how things work. But yeah, this should be it. Yeah, guys, this would be everything for this video. I hope you guys liked it, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.